bam.
Damn, we shouldn't have eaten it first then.
That's why. Yo, the fire's still on.
Who did it? Who did it?
You did.
Where's you? You, come here. Mr. You, come here.
Hi, I'm Clarissa.
And I'm Brandon.
We're both Taiwanese American and enjoy spending time in the kitchen. In this show, I'll be making a traditional rendition of a classic Taiwanese dish.
And I'll be putting on a twist. We might encounter mishaps and mistakes along the way, but at the end of the day, we make delicious food.
Today we are making rice vermicelli noodles, also known as
Mi fan.
mi fan. Rice noodles in Taiwan. These are the two most common ones. Do you know the difference?
One's thick, one's thin. One's hydrated, one's dehydrated. I'm guessing.
So the difference between these two is that one is made with pure rice, so it only has a shelf life of 1 day. And this is made with starch, so you can like store it in your pantry for like a year and it'll be fine. But in the old days, this was also made with just rice and you had to cook it immediately. But in Taiwan, this is our typical one, the standard, and it's easy for home cooks because you can just pop it on your pantry.
Does it taste better, the fresh?
I personally like the fresh better. What about you?
I don't think I've ever had fresh.
It's called mi tai mu in Chinese. They usually serve it in like soup. Or they serve it in like sugary sweet water. It could be a dessert.
Oh, that stuff. Yeah, I have had that.
Yeah. Or you can stir fry it with like vegetables and whatnot. So to make our mi fan today, these are our ingredients. We have the rice noodles, cabbage, carrots, pork tenderloin, little shrimp,
Those
which will add
fresh,
flavor.
right?
No, they're not fresh. We just soak them in a little bit of water. In the States, if you get the thicker ones, you have to soak them for a little bit longer, but these, you don't need to soak them that long. Shiitake mushrooms that have been rehydrated in water. And we have our marinade ingredients. So this is black vinegar.
Okay.
This is black vinegar, this is sesame oil, and this is soy sauce. Rice wine, sesame oil, and soy sauce for the pork. And then we have white pepper, sugar, and salt. So we have our mise en place done. Now, you can break down the pork. Can you cut it into matchsticks for me? I have a cutting board just for the meat.
Is it the thinner the better, or what are you looking for?
I like it the thinner the better, but it doesn't really matter. Do you eat this a lot, the stir-fried? Yeah.
I don't like mi fan very much. I don't know, I'm just not into really thin noodles.
Yeah.
I've always liked
the fresh noodles.
The thinnest I go is about ramen noodles or spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very common like lunch dish that you can get. Usually they'll serve it with like braised pork on top or veggie sides. It's also just a lot of moms cook it at home. My mom loves cooking this.
Yeah, my mom used to cook it too.
All right.
Okay, so you can put it in this, and then add the marinade ingredients in it.
Hi. What's the most cooking you've ever done? Like the largest meal, the amount, yeah.
For my cookbook, like sometimes I would test things by chapter, so I would like make 7 dishes in a chapter, and it was really stressful. I don't think I would do that again.
You know, I had this friend one time. We threw a dinner party, and I go, I told everyone to come over at 4 p.m. so they could start to help out. He's like, why? You said you're cooking. I'm cooking for 10 people myself.
Seriously?
No, you don't need help. You said you're gonna cook. You should cook for 10 people. Other people shouldn't help.
So you cook for?
No, obviously not.
Oh.
People came early and they helped, yeah.
Okay, so we put some soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
And since your hands are dirty already, you can just mix it in. And then usually I like to marinate for 15 to 30 minutes.
You don't put any softener hay because it's so thin already.
Yeah, they don't really do, that's more of like a Cantonese cooking technique to like velvet the meat.
Yeah.
We don't really do that much in Taiwan.
ASMR, that. You hear that?
Cut the mushrooms. I am going to prep the sauce.
How's your knife that I sharpened for you? Have you used it
I
since?
just keep on forgetting to bring.
Have you used it at home? Probably not.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like it. Should I bring it like every week then?
Sharpen it? We shouldn't sharpen
You
it
do
every
it
week.
once every 2 months, right?
Yeah.
So this will be quick. Okay, we'll put in the mushrooms first and the shrimp. Okay. When I was young, I thought shiitake mushrooms look like snails.
No, I thought that too, actually.
Really? They do look
Yeah.
like snails.
Ugh. Yeah, because when I was little, I never saw them in whole form. I just always saw them
Like
this.
cut?
Yeah, they'd be in my fried rice, they'd be in my mee fun, they'd be in my soup. I just disliked them.
Do you know how they grow it?
In cow poop.
No, that's like psychedelic mushrooms.
What are psychedelic mushrooms?
You know what? They grow them in logs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they punch holes in it and they put spores and they come out.
Like
We can put in the
living
shrimp.
logs or like dead? Like
Dead logs,
dead,
not
okay.
like. I put in the shrimp. Okay. And then put in the pork. Okay, so once the edges of the pork change color, because it's going to continue to cook, we can put in the cabbage.
Okay. And the carrots go last.
Yeah, because I want to retain that crunch.
Okay.
This is like a typical combination they use for like yofen and stuff too, like
Right.
sticky rice.
That I love.
Really?
I eat that all day, yeah.
But
Especially when
it
it's
like
good.
tastes, this does not taste the same. I guess it's the texture of the noodles.
It's the
You're not-
texture, yeah. I'm not huge on that. Because honestly, if you were to close your eyes, it's almost like you're eating hair.
It's not a very appetizing way to sell what we're cooking today.
We're not selling it, we're just making it.
Yeah, but we want to convince people to make this at home.
I mean, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you shouldn't eat it. Do try. It's like eating hair.
Okay, put the cabbage in.
Sometimes people try stuff out of, masochism.
Okay, after we cooked this, I'm gonna blanch the noodles first.
Cook that. Now you're gonna blanch the noodles. Blanch.
Yeah.
What does blanch mean?
Okay, so let me
Boil?
do this first. Boil, quickly boil. And the reason why, this is already hot water. The reason why we do this is a lot of grannies like to soak this overnight.
Yeah.
But then it will get too soft, so you just quickly boil it.
Yeah, overnight. Isn't that too long? Overnight?
Yeah, I don't know why people do that. I think my mom does that.
Huh. Do you know any secrets to making water boil quicker?
Water boiled booger?
quicker.
Oh, what? Add salt?
I don't know. I was asking.
Oh, if you add salt, it should boil quicker, but we
Oh.
don't need to add salt. People love adding salt to like Asian noodles, but you don't do that because there's salt inside already.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like for pasta, you
Yeah,
add.
pasta. You always add salt
But-
and a little oil too sometimes.
Yeah, but all our wheat noodles have salt inside, so if you add salt, it'll just become too salty.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna use the knife to?
Push it down.
Okay,
Here
we
it
just
comes.
need like it will be quick, so
How long?
like that's good. Blanch. That was like 30 seconds to a minute. So that seemed about right. Okay. Okay, back to our wok. So,
Flame on?
yeah, heat it up. Oil.
Here you go. And take that.
Okay, I'll put this in, and then can you pour the sauce in for me?
Yes.
And I'll put this back in. And then 4 tablespoons of the shiitake mushroom soaking water.
4 tablespoons.
And the carrots. How many tablespoons?
That's 4 tablespoons.
Okay.
I didn't like do it even, you know.
Cool. And basically you cook until the sauce is all absorbed and the vegetables are slightly soft. And that's it. Super easy.
Yeah, I do like your version because you add way more.
Yeah, usually
stuff.
they don't usually add that many greens.
Yeah, that's my problem with it. If you eat this outside, they often just have. It's mostly noodles and like a few strands of whatever.
Yeah, a few strands of hair.
Oh no, it already has enough hair in it. Vermicelli tastes like hair. So.
Okay, this seems about right to me. Do you want to do your flip?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh. Cool. Beautiful. I feel like I hear your grandma's voice in my head. Like, don't waste it.
Yeah, don't waste it. That's what I was thinking just now.
浪费，这很浪费，so wasteful. You're being
Okay, I'm getting everything down. Now it's time for Brandon's remix.
Italian pomodoro style mi sua or mi fen. What's the difference between mi fen and mi sua?
Mi fen is dried. Mi sua, you serve it in like a soupy thing.
So mi sua is aquatic mi fen.
Also, mi sua is made out of wheat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So the oyster vermicelli noodles are made out
That's
of wheat.
wheat, yeah.
Well, anyways, first we're gonna have diced onions.
Okay.
We have paprika, just a little bit of flavoring. Garlic, Parmigiano Reggiano.
Which is very rare and expensive in Taiwan, so damn.
Not for me. And where I come from, it's very cheap and poor. But anyway, this is basil. This is a Taiwanese variety of basil, so it's a little more sweet, which I like for this dish. And this is cherry tomatoes. You can't just use regular tomatoes because it will turn out very watery and unflavorful. All right, so I'm gonna have you slice these all in half,
Okay, like this or this?
like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you come up with this flavor combo?
I was trying to think of something Italian that I could make, but I didn't want to make spaghetti because
Yeah.
that's so saucy, and I don't really think that mi fen, because you made a dried mi fen, so I want to
Yeah,
make something
yeah.
relatively dry. So
Okay.
I thought of this. The song we used to sing when we were younger about vermicelli noodles, and it was very,
These noodles?
yeah,
What
and
was
it was
the
very
song?
odd. It goes like this. mi sua.
That's not-
来碗牛肉面. Like it just does. It's a nonsensical song,
Yeah,
but
but
we'd all
this
sing.
isn't mi sua.
Okay,
This
okay.
is rice. This is mi fen.
All right.
How do you say mi fen?
Mi fen.
How do you say mi fen in Taiwanese?
Cha bi bun.
Yeah, that sounds dirty. Wait, so the whole song you're just singing about oyster
Yeah, it's funny because
vermicelli
I learned
and-
this song when I was in second grade, but the way you sing it is very, kind of sexual. You're kind of like, mi sua. But we didn't know what we were doing back in the day. I was like, in second grade.
What occasion would you sing this?
Just all the time, walking around.
Trying to cheat and line up 4 tomatoes at once. And
It's funny because I don't like mi fen, but I love mi sua. Like the first thing I
so
eat.
you don't like rice? Yeah, they're completely different things though.
Yeah, but they're similar in consistency, kind of, a little bit.
So miso, the reason why it holds up is because they steam it for like 7 hours, so it turns red, and it like denatures the protein, so it doesn't get soggy in broth.
Oh. No tears.
Really?
No tears.
You think it's like a genetic thing? I always cry.
No, it's more of a willpower thing. If you have a strong will and you just will yourself, you say, I'm not gonna cry today. Not today.
Are you allergic to anything? You're
No.
allergic to peanuts.
Mildly. I just get pimples when I eat it.
So you lack willpower when it comes to peanuts.
Yeah, because I know I'm being guilty, It's the guilt that gets me, I think. All right, so I need to blanch these noodles.
Cool.
How long did you blanch your noodles?
It's like 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay.
Do you know paprika powder is bell pepper flour?
Bell palsy?
Bell pepper flour.
Bell pepper flour. I did not know that. Like,
Paprika is bell pepper.
Really?
Yeah, so it's just dehydrated bell pepper and then they ground it into powder.
Wow, did not know that.
I think you should wait for it to boil.
Yep, I'm just holding it overhead so I can, you know,
So you're ready?
yeah, just so I'm ready. I made a rap about vermicelli. Versace, vermicelli. Oh, I can't talk about brands, right? No. Nice high-end fashion brand, vermicelli in my hand. Yeah, you do it 2 bands on my,
Okay, so these noodles are very well known in Hsinchu, which is really close to Taipei,
Why is that?
because there's a lot of wind there, so you can like leave it out to dry and it just
Dries really well.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, that's about done, right? Ooh, got me. Ooh.
What are you doing?
This is to cool it down. You're using air and technique. I just came up with it.
Cool.
Because look, I'm flipping it. It's called the Shinju effect. The winds blow. And then the goal is to make it look like it's floating, but you're hitting it very rapidly, and you'll really cool it down. Pretty cool, huh? Cool stuff. Okay. Pomodoro is basically the 3 ingredients. It's olive oil, tomatoes, and basil. And it's supposed to be a very light meal,
Okay.
as opposed to the heavy.
Do we need to grate the Parmesan, or are you just gonna do it?
We'll grate
over?
it on in the very
Okay.
end. Whenever I cook, I just always lack portion control. I just make
Yeah,
a
I was like,
lot.
do I have to cut all of this? And you were like, yes.
Yeah, I mean, then we can always, you know, have it as a snack with
I guess so.
some sour
Are
powder.
these fancy tomatoes?
Yeah, kind of. Not super fancy, but they're better ones. Yeah, it's crazy. The price variance will be like from 70 NT all the way to 400 NT
Yeah.
for a box.
These are so sweet.
But they have different purposes. Like the cheaper ones, they're better for making sauces and such. And then the more expensive ones are really for eating straight away.
Yeah, this is like eating straight away.
We're gonna cook these tomatoes down until they have water coming out of them, because that's gonna form our sauce.
You need a spatula.
Thank you. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna sprinkle some salt on it, and that'll it'll make the water come out of there.
Why?
Because osmosis will cause the water to come out of that tomato.
These are such good tomatoes.
Right?
And the basil's last.
Very last. If you put it in too early, it's gonna brown and it'll be.
Do you always make it with Taiwanese
Unattractive.
basil, or do you like get the European sweet basil?
I've never tried to get European sweet basil, but I have made it with Thai basil. But that tastes completely different. It's not really suitable for Italian dishes.
What's the difference between Taiwanese and Thai?
Taiwanese basil is much more sweet, and
yeah,
Thai
it is.
basil tends to have this different fragrance, has this kick to it.
This reminds me of like snails and clams.
You often eat snails and clams.
Well, this is what I like when I smell this, I smell that dish, you know, like stir fried.
Escargot or?
No, like Taiwanese snails.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna put our red onions in. So usually you could use shallots, but I didn't feel like peeling shallots today.
Yeah.
And red onions are a good substitute. They're much more readily available.
Are we waiting for it to soften? Your fire is very small.
Yeah.
Have you made it like this with this before?
With vermicelli?
Yeah, with this.
No.
Okay, so we'll see what happens.
But I assume it wouldn't be too dissimilar from linguine.
Do you usually
Angel hair.
add the paprika powder when you're making the spaghetti, the pasta?
Yeah, I'll add a little bit. Chili powder sometimes too. It just adds a little something more, like a kick from
Yeah.
spice.
It looks saucy. It looks saucier than mine. Man, these are like the best tomatoes I've eaten in a long time.
Do they wake you up?
Yeah.
Just tell yourself that. These tomatoes, hey, why don't we play a game?
Oh, Dan, that was really impressive.
Okay.
You're like looking for it, and then you know where your mouth is, and you go, oh, it's too complicated for me.
Do it. You won't. You won't.
Oh my god! Oh my god! But I think I tossed it in, right?
You were like this far away.
It felt very coordinated.
That was a solid 3 inches.
That looks good. So that's
Some
last.
basil, yes. When it's about done, I'll add the basil.
We need a plate for him.
Basil. And I'll usually take the stems off the basil just because the stems aren't as pleasant to chew on.
Yeah. It's only in like Asian cooking that we like will put the whole thing in with the
Right,
stems
right.
and the buds and all of that.
And that's really for sambae, right? I don't think
Yeah.
other dishes will do that.
With like clams, they also just put it in.
Oh, okay.
Do you think it's just because we're lazy here in Asia? No one wants to like peel things?
It also could be we're cooking too fast because you know if you're using a wok with high heat, you're not.
That's true.
Well, actually, no. You would do it prior, so it doesn't.
I think people just want things fast here. Like when I've interviewed wok cooks, I'm like, why do you use the wok? Is it for like the wok, hey, the smokiness? And they're like, no, because it's fast. If you're too slow, you're wasting my time.
Do it for the gram, for the cam.
That looks so good. There's no wheat. This is a gluten-free spaghetti. You don't need to buy fancy spaghetti. You can just use rice noodles. Okay, I'll let him do his thing.
What you see, what you see, it's what you get.
Why does your spaghetti look like Rudolph's nose?
First of all, it's mi fan. It's not spaghetti.
Sorry.
And look at
Second
that.
of all,
Look at that action.
looks like a sundae. Okay, these look very different. I'm very proud of our. Wait, we use the same amount of noodles, but yours is like.
You put
What
way more
happened?
veggies and stuff. I didn't.
Oh, that's true. I guess it's like bulked up.
Looks good.
Can we eat now? It tastes like an auntie mi fan. Okay, I want to try yours. That looks so good.
You gotta have it with the tomato. All the flavors in the tomato. I probably could have used more tomato.
The texture of here is better. It's more saucy because there's a lot of like sauce. It's very luxurious.
Really?
How much
this
do
is
you
like
think-
cheap Italian food.
Do you know how expensive Parmesan is in Taiwan? The fact that
yeah.
you have such a giant wheel, that's like $50 US.
Which is chump change.
I like this a lot.
That's hilarious.
Does that taste like an auntie?
Yeah, it tastes like what my grandma would make.
Yeah.
Solid.
I like this because I love Italian food. I just wish it was more saucy, and the texture of this is actually, of the actual noodles is better because you added a lot more liquid than I did. But this is also very traditional. There's nothing wrong with it. It just tastes like what grandma makes.
I personally like the vegetables in each dish the most. I really like the cherry tomatoes in here. When you bite into one and it's just a pop of flavor and all the juices. And with this, it's the crunchy cabbage that
Yeah.
really does it for me. I just love both.
Yeah, and then traditionally they'll like make uofan, like the braised pork belly, the street food vendors, and they'll pour it on top to make it more saucy.
Ooh.
Yeah, so both of these can be more saucy if you want to, but grandmas don't like to make it saucy at home because they like to be healthy.
Bam! You never thought that you could have mi fun Italian style, did you? That's because it was on TaiwanPlus Kitchen Remix. Italian style mi fun, amazing. And mi fun traditionally So delicious. The crunch from the vegetables, the mushroom, rehydrated, dehydrated, rehydrated again. Just bringing all the flavors in, the sauce, the meat, everything coming together. Just a whirlwind of flavors. And here we are at Kitchen Remix, TaiwanPlus. Stay tuned for more. Our next episode, we're making
I don't know. It
something.
depends on how they.